Hi, Mallory.
Hi.
Thanks for coming and having a little candid conversation with me today. So, you've been working with me for maybe 2.5 years, almost 3?
Almost 3 years.
I think we met maybe in 2019.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, so then we started working together. And one of the first things that we did together is you signed up for a membership with me.
Yes.
So my photography memberships are an opportunity for people that are making content on a regular basis to shoot with me either monthly or quarterly so that they can kind of keep all their content consistent and keep it going throughout the year. Have you enjoyed that? I mean, you must have, because you've renewed a couple times. We've been together for quite a while. So I kind of just wanted to know what you loved most about the membership, but also like what you loved most about working with me. And then we'll talk a little bit about some of the content that we've made for you, because we have another Swiftie over here. We are like huge Taylor Swift fans, like really big. And so we have that in common, and we have had such a fun time making all of these cover sheets for you, and we have like another one coming that might be out by the time this video is done. But so we've done a lot of creative stuff together, and I just want to know what it's been like to work with me.
Honestly, you've been such a godsend for my business. When I first started my membership with you, I was really nervous about committing for 12 months because creating content is a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like mental stuff that goes into getting ready for a photo shoot, planning a shoot, finding a location, setting up hair and makeup, and let alone showing up and appearing on camera. And what I think you offer that is so invaluable is that you step in and do so much more than any other photographer that I've ever worked with has done. From the very first click of the camera, I felt so comfortable working with you. I feel like you just take all of the stress out of it. I've lived in Arizona my whole life, and you've taken me to locations that I didn't even know existed. Like our shoot that we did at Butcher Jones outside for Liquid IV.
Fun.
It was so fun. And you're so encouraging. We went on a little hike. I was a little nervous, but every step of the way, even though you weren't working as a photographer at that moment, you were just so kind to me. And I think that really comes across like in how I feel when I'm being the subject, the object, whatever it is,
Object
of photos.
Of my affection.
And so that made it a really easy thing to just renew and to continue working with you.
Oh my gosh, that makes my heart so happy, because that's like everything I want for people. It's so hard. I mean, I'm showing up here, I'm on a video, we're recording this right now, and I had to get my hair and makeup done, and I had to like book a place, and I had to find people that love me, that wanted to talk about me, and
that's easy to do.
All the scripts and all the things, and it's so insanely hard to put yourself out there, and I just want to make the process loving and easier and personal, so that people, it's already so awkward to be in photos. It's like, what do I do with my hands, and do I look good, and am I standing right, and what's my best angle? People don't know, and so like that's what I'm there for. I want to support people and build them up and make them feel so confident and empowered, and so I'm really happy that I've been able to do that for you, and it's been totally mutual.
You go above and beyond in doing that, and you are so thoughtful to capture behind the scenes content, because people want to know, like, how do I get these amazing photos? And I'm very quick to say, I'm not taking these myself. I have a team of people that make me look good on camera. And it's been really cool to then have content I didn't even have to think about creating. Your team takes care of that and allows me to share and give people a peek at what it's like to do a photo shoot.
Yeah, and you've actually been along for the evolution of that new offering. So the micro video and Reels content that I make, I wasn't making 2.5, 3 years ago when you started with me. And also when you started with me, I had an employee, but they weren't really doing a lot of video. They were just kind of doing some culling. And as video became really important and Reels took off a ton, I believe in about 2020, I mean, they just were like, oh, we need these. And then at one point, you needed a photo to match your Reels. So if you're making Reels content and then you needed a photo to match it, it would do better for the algorithm. Now they change it every other day, but it's still good to have photos that match your Reels and match your content. Or for like today, I'm going to put this on YouTube and I'm going to need a nice cover photo because it looks more professional. It takes you to the next level, and it sort of introduces people's first eyes. And so having the photo paired with the video, even if they're just behind the scenes or people can add on. We've done a couple creative things for you, like, okay, you're gonna spin, you're gonna do this. So I get to step into a place of creative direction, and I have a team of people that are sitting behind the scenes right now filming and making this Reels content for me that have gotten really good at taking that content, making something specifically for the client, and getting behind the scenes showing what I'm doing so that people kind of see both ends, and it also builds the client up and gives them content without them having to plan it. And I know you already make a ton of your own Reels, but I'm wondering, has it been kind of helpful for me to provide those extra video or that creative direction, like, let's do this, what about this? Does it help take some of that like stress and guesswork out from you as like, you're kind of a professional Reels creator? I mean, you're very good at it. Has it been helpful?
That's very nice of you to say. I've learned so much from you in the 2 years of contract that I had with you. And also, after our contract ended and I took a little break, I wasn't consistent with my social media again because I didn't have all of these beautiful photos to choose from. It required me to make the time myself to go shoot content.
Not have a
and
cheerleader
do this.
be like, whoa, you can
Exactly.
do it, change again, it'll be fun, just one more shot, I mean 30 more shots.
Exactly. So I've booked some standalone shoots with you over the last 6 months, and it's really like re-sparked the creative aspect of it for me. There's a lot that goes into running a business and having a family and a life and all of these things, and so many demands on the time. And I'm excited to come back as a client and restart a membership because I know I can do it on my own, but it's way more fun to be a client of yours and to have that standing date in my calendar to look forward to and plan for.
Yeah, I always like that too. And then, sorry, go ahead, say that.
Yeah, and then so about the Reels, because that's specifically what you asked me about, you know, it's nice to just have beautiful video and photo. And I've been able to reuse a lot of content that you've shot for me in the past for new content, like some of the, I feel like it's top secret, but it's not really. You might have noticed I'm a fan of Taylor Swift, and we did a project where I recreated each cover of Taylor's albums. She has a new album coming out July 7th, and so last week we did a photo shoot to recreate that cover, and I have some really, really beautiful behind-the-scenes videos of me spinning in this beautiful ball gown that Triana was kind enough to capture, and I saw that, and I was like, immediate idea of how to use that content.
So good.
Whereas I didn't walk in with the idea of spinning in a dress. Because it was there, it sparked something for me. And I can't wait to post it. Now I know exactly what I'm going to say, exactly how I'm going to share it. I have beautiful images to choose from for the cover of that reel. And it just makes everything so much easier and more joyful.
Yay, that's what I want to do.
Yes.
So one last question before we're done is we talked a little bit, I keep staring at your boobs because it's where the shirt is. You can put that in the bloopers. Or keep it in there, that's fine too.
Tour.
So anyway, this is the stretch tour, and these are what she was talking about. We created, if you look really close at this shirt, you can zoom in if you're on Instagram, but every single one of these is actually Mallory, not Taylor Swift. And it was so fun because she said, I want to make these covers. She was very clear about what she wanted, and then I actually made these all in Photoshop. Yeah. So I took each Taylor Swift album, I put it in Photoshop, and then I either, zoomed in on you or zoomed out or twisted the photo or just basically matched up what I needed to match to make these like really iconic. I don't think people know that this is you until they take a look like really close at it. But I also kind of think that that's a really neat thing that I can do. I have training in Photoshop, and I can do fun, extra special projects, and I'm so thankful that you made use of that, and you were like, yes. And so we also did all of the Midnights. So she had like 8 different Midnights covers, and we did every single one of them.
All of them.
It was really fun. So yeah, so that
fun.
was fun for you to be able to have somebody that took the video, micro video, and then took like the photos, but then also was able to Photoshop and recreate these pieces sort of art for you to use.
Yeah. And what it started with was I saw this photo that Taylor Swift posted, Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour. And I sent this to Tracy, and I said, can we make this but with me? because I wanted
so
to do a social media campaign counting down to the Eras Tour, where I would do a reel of stretches inspired by each Taylor Swift album. And I got so much fulfillment for myself out of it.
Me too.
But I also got so much great feedback. I had so many people that, found my reels for the first time, that commented about their love of Taylor Swift. My final one, the night of the Eras Tour opening in Glendale, Arizona, got 250,000 views.
What?
Yeah.
No, so good.
And I think that's something too I want to just give you a shout out for. When I first started posting on Instagram, I own a business where I teach people to move better. And 2020 happened, and suddenly my business was shut down for 6 months.
Yeah.
And so I had to go online, and I had to suddenly start to do video and photo and find a way to recreate what I did in person with clients, hands-on, and bring it into an online medium. I went from less than 1,000 followers to, at one point, over 75,000 followers on Instagram.
Because you're a badass.
But I credit a lot of that because Instagram is so visual. I credit so much of that to what you did and what you created.
It's really sweet.
Well, it's
You're
honest.
very talented.
So for people who are investing in their business and want to get noticed on social media, the most important thing you can do is have cohesive content, eye-catching content, things that look really good.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have the skills to back it up with what you're delivering, but it's got to look really good. And that's what you do so well. And I think the biggest compliment that I got today was when I've been hanging out in this shirt for like an hour, and Izzy popped up a few moments ago, right before we went live. She's like, "Wait, that's you."
It's so good. I didn't know.
The design is so good that people didn't notice that it wasn't Taylor Swift. Yeah. And I think that really speaks to the product that you put out. So thank you for putting your heart and soul and all of your professional skills into making other businesses shine.
Oh, thanks for being here today. Thanks for supporting me and believing in me and investing in me. It's a big investment to get somebody to be working with you that often. And it's been the best 2 years.
It's been so good. Thank you. I love you.